English guy in Mexico. Sorghum planting, 400 square meters hopefully by the time we've finished. Okay, I've got the spray bar going. The urine, I put actually 2 days worth of urine down on here, which for me is 2, 4, 6, 8. I do about 4 litres. I've measured my urine. On average I do about 4 litres, which I bottle up per day. I didn't do any work yesterday, so I've actually overdone this one. I put 8 litres on, so we'll have to see if it makes a big difference. But remember, there's no nitrogen or anything in this soil, so 8 litres. Water pressure's a bit low today, mainly because we've got the factories are on full blast just in the distance there, and I'm just before the factories, and unfortunately when they've got a full shift going, my water pressure gets really low. So what I'm going to have to do, that rock that I put on the ground there is in line with 2 other rocks on that far pole. That's how I'm trying to keep this thing organised, or semi-organised. I don't think anything in permaculture is fully organised. It's very roughly between those 2 posts, which are 3.6 metres apart. 2 posts, the posts are 1.8, and I think when I put those posts up, they all look the same distance. Yeah, 1.8, 3.6 metres, so this hopefully is about the same. I'm going to just move this spray bar up a bit. That's the beauty of this bench system. You haven't got a pole that you need to sort of get in and out of the ground. A lot of these things you strap them on top of a pole. I've seen some with a tripod, which isn't a bad idea, but basically you just grit your teeth, because it is a bit wet sometimes, and just move this hose up. A bit of a soaking, but there wasn't an awful lot of water, and then I just stand here for a couple of seconds to just double check how close to that wall it's landing. I don't need it all the way up to the wall, because the purpose of the trench, which we'll do next, is that you've got a walkway where you can walk around this thing and harvest it for your animals, and or for biomass. That's the reason we're doing this. There's no point in having this huge area with nothing growing. I've got animals, we need the biomass to feed them, and also maybe just to lay on the ground. It worked when we started the permaculture garden down by the house. This was the first Sorghum-Sudangrass. The mix was the first plant that the local guy sold to me and recommended, and it wasn't that expensive. I honestly don't think it was $1 a kilo, and I bought a 20 kilo bag, which fits very nicely into a 20 litre bucket. Welcome to the metric system, everybody. And he said, yeah, it grows very, very fast when it gets a bit of moisture, but then once it is actually growing, it's actually very drought tolerant. And that's why I mentioned before, it's what they call a C4 plant. It uses a different pathway to complete the Calvin cycle, which is how plants produce sugars. How they grow and why humans and animals eat them is to produce sugar. Well, in the heat, and I genuinely do think this place is getting hotter. I've been here 7 years now. Sorry to ramble, but I genuinely think my fields, all this is my land here, all the way out to those houses, there's absolutely nothing growing apart from cactus. Well, cactus uses the CAM process. It uses a completely different process for growing, and that's why the only thing here that really wants to grow is cactus, and or these giant mesquites, which have a reputation for burrowing really deep. I mean, they go looking for water. They're probably in the water table, which I think is about 20 metres below me. These things, how do I know it's 20 metres? Because I've got my own well at the other end of the property, and there is water in it. I went and checked, but I can't, my pump is not strong enough to get the water all the way up here, so I have to use the garden hose, and I have to use a plant that doesn't use a lot of water. And that for me, or that was recommended for this area, was Sorghum-Sudangrass. So this is how we break it down into small chunks. A little bit of work here. It's going to take me another hour to finish this one section, and I will do a bit more filming. Okay, bye for now.